Hello, this is Jo from Math Tutor Me. Today we are going to do some algebra. If you are just new to algebra and this might be your first time doing algebra, then this is the video for you. To start with, if you would like to print out these sheets that I'm going through, you can go to my website and print them out, and you can be writing them on your own sheets that are exactly the same as mine. The details are in the description below. So let's get started. When you first start algebra, the first thing you do is you learn how to add and subtract like terms in algebra. Now, to add and subtract in algebra, you have to have what is called like terms. And like terms mean that you have to have exactly the same letters. If two terms have exactly the same letters, then they are like terms and you can add them or subtract them depending on what the question asks you to do. If they are not the same letters, if they are not like terms, then you can't add and subtract. Okay, and that's here in these dot points for you. So here is a few questions that you might come across. The question says to simplify each expression. So first of all, we want to simplify 2x plus 6x. Now we have to make sure that we have like terms. They both have x's, so they are like terms. So we can add them together. To add them, all we have to do is add the numbers in front. 2x plus 6x, the 2 plus 6 is? 2 plus 6 is 8x. Now the x, the letter, doesn't change. It doesn't get more of them. It doesn't become x squared or other things. The letter doesn't change. It is the number in front that we add together. Let's have a look at the second one. 9m minus m. Okay, so we have like terms because they are both m's. So we can, in this case, we want to subtract. And we want to subtract the numbers in front. So we have a 9, but there's no number here. If there is no number, then it is actually a 1. You can write it there, or you can just remember that it's a 1. So it's actually 9m minus 1m. 9 minus 1 is 8. And the letter doesn't change, 8m. It's like saying 9 mangoes minus a mango is 8 mangoes. Number 3. 7ab plus 4ab. So you can have more than just one letter. So in this case we have A and B. As long as both letters are in both terms, then they are like terms. 7ab plus 4ab, we add the numbers. 7 plus 4 is equal to 11, and the letters, the A and the B, sit after it. Okay, we can have more than two terms. In question 4, we have 3 terms. 5k plus 8k minus 4k. They are all like terms. They all have k as the pronumeral. So we can add and subtract. Looking at the numbers in front, 5 plus 8 is 13. Then we want to subtract 4, which is 9. And the pronumeral doesn't change, so it's 9k. Question 5. This time we have y squareds. Again, it doesn't matter what the letters are as long as they are all the same. They are all y squareds, so they are like terms. 9y squareds minus 4y squared, so 9 minus 4 is 5. Plus, there's no number there, so it's a 1. 5 plus 1 equals 6y squared. Question 6. 8x minus 3x minus 5x. They're all like terms. 8 minus 3 is 5. Minus 5 is 0. So we have 0x. We have 0. We have nothing. We don't need to write the x at all. We have nothing. We have 0. It's all gone. Question 7. 3m minus 7n plus 2m. Okay, they're not all like terms here. 3m and 2m, they are both m terms, so they are like terms. I'm going to circle them. And when you circle them, make sure you take any plus or minus sign in front of your term, because that is what you need to do to collect them together. So I need to do 3m plus 2m, okay, which is 5. 2 plus 3 is 5m. The minus sign belongs with this 7, okay? Because it is a different term, because it's not a like term, we can't add it with the m's. It just has to sit afterwards unchanged. So my answer is 5m minus 7n. Question 8. 2y minus 8y. They're both y's, they're like terms. So I want to subtract the numbers. 2 minus 8. So we're actually going to go into negative numbers here. I'm actually taking away more than I have, and I go into negative numbers. 2 minus 8 is minus 6y. So you can think of a number line. You might remember a number line. If I'm here at 2 and I want to jump back 8 places, and you remember doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You might remember doing jumping things like that, where you count back the number. So it's 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6. So we've jumped back to find that our answer was minus 6. If you really struggle with negative numbers and you're allowed to use a calculator, you can always use your calculator to help you with that too. Question 9, more negative numbers here. Minus 7b squared minus 2b squared. They're both b squareds. Minus 7, think about it on the number line. We're at minus 7 and we need to go further down. We need to go 2 more down. So we actually end up at minus 9. The letter doesn't change, b squared. Okay, in question 10, we're getting more terms where we have a few different pronumerals. I have 9p minus 7q plus 6p minus 5q. Let's have a look at the p's. I have 9p and I have a plus 6p. Remember to circle the symbol in front. 9 plus 6 equals 15p. And if you want to, you can put boxes around these other ones if you need to see that they're the same. These are my q terms. So I have a minus 7 and I want to go even further into the negative. I want to subtract another 5, which is going to go down to negative 12q. Question 11. 6xy plus 3 minus 5xy minus 7. Well, the xy's are like terms. So 6xy minus 5xy would be 1xy, but we don't write the 1, we would just write xy. And even though these have no letters, they are like terms. We have a plus 3 and a minus 7. If I'm at a positive 3 and I want to subtract 7, jumping down that number line, I will end up at minus 4. Okay, number 12. 7m squared plus 5m minus 6m squared minus 10m. M squareds are different to m's, okay? So the 7m squared will go with the negative 6m squared. 7 minus 6 is 1. We don't write the 1, we just write m squared. And 5m and negative 10m. are like terms. Positive 5 minus 10 will end up at negative 5m. Question 13. 3ab plus 6ba minus 5. An AB is actually the same as BA. They are like terms. They have the same letters. They're just written around a different order. So they are like terms. They can go together. 3AB plus 6BA. 3 plus 6 is 9. And usually we write them in alphabetical order. So I will choose to write AB. The minus 5 is not a like term, so it will sit here at the end. Question 14. 8xy minus 4yx plus 2x minus 5b minus 3x. Oh well, 8xy and yx is the same as an xy. Okay, they are my first set of like terms. 8 minus 4 is 4, and I'll put xy in alphabetical order. Now I also have some x terms here, 2x and a minus 3x. 2 minus 3 is a minus 1. I don't write the 1, so I'm just going to write minus x. And this minus 5b all on its own doesn't have any other terms to go with it, so it's going to sit here on the end, minus 5b. Okay, so now is the time for you to have a practice of what we've just been learning. So if you've got the printouts, you can write on your own printout, or if you don't have the printout, you can just grab some scrap paper from somewhere and pause the video and have a try of these questions, and then restart the video to go through the answers. So question 1, 9h minus 4h. Well, they are like terms, so we just have to subtract the numbers in front. 9 minus 4 is 5h. Question 2, 6t plus 3t minus 5t. They're all t's, they're all like terms, so let's add and subtract our numbers here. 6 plus 3 is 9, minus 5 is 4, and the t just sits after. Question 3, 7mn plus 3 minus 2mn. Well, 7mn and minus 2mn are like terms. 7 minus 2 is 5mn. The 3 doesn't have any letters with it, so it has to sit here all by itself at the end. Question 4, 6y squared minus 5y squared. They're like terms, so 6 minus 5 is 1y squared. When we're doing algebra, if it's a 1, we don't need to write the 1 in front of the pronumeral. It is more simplified to leave it out. Question 5, 4g plus 7 minus 8g. 4g and minus 8g are like terms. 4 minus 8 is minus 4. G sits after. And the plus 7 will sit at the end. Question 6. 8x plus 5y minus 2x plus y. We have some x terms, 8x and minus 2x. And we have some y terms, 5y and a plus y. If we collect the x terms, 8x minus 2x is 6x, and 5 plus an extra 1y, you can write the 1 if you need it, 5 plus 1 is 6y. Question 7, 10w plus 3x minus 14w minus 5x. We have some w terms, 10w minus 14w, And we have some x terms. It doesn't actually matter which ones you do first. I'll do the w terms first. 10w minus 14w. 10 minus 14 is minus 4w. Remember to use your calculator if you have trouble with subtracting to get negative answers. 3x minus 5x is negative 2x. Question 8. M minus 6m minus 9n. M and 6m are like terms, but n is different. So a 1m minus 6m would give me a negative 5m, and the negative 9n will just sit on the end unchanged, not doing anything. Question 9. 4a squared plus 8a minus 3 plus 2a squared minus 11a. Well, a's are different to a squareds, which is different to numbers without any letters at all. So let's start with the highest power, a squared. Term in front. So 4a squared plus 2a squared. 4 plus 2 is 6a squared. Then let's look at the a terms. A positive 8a and a negative 11a. 8 minus 11 is a negative 3a. And this one is all on his own at the end. Last question, question 10. 1 plus 4ab minus 7 plus a plus 2ba. Well, AB is the same as BA, it has the same letters, so they are like terms. 4 plus 2 is 6, and let's write them as ABs, 6AB. Now, there's only one A term here, so it's all by itself. But these numbers, 1 and a minus 7, can go together. 1 take away 7 goes into negative numbers, is a negative 6. How did you go? Hopefully the questions are getting easier. The more you practice, the easier they'll get. So go and find some more questions and practice, and I'll see you next time for some more algebra. Bye.